never mind starting the video off smoothly. Ginormous bug net, that is all you need to know. Tumbleweed, yes, yes. Got yet another one of these dang things. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time, we upgraded many of our items, including this ginormous bug net. What an introduction for an item, huh? Yeah. And we also completed ourselves 2 new heart containers in addition to opening the seals on the Lanayru Mining Facility and bringing it up to the surface. This time, we are going to go underground into where else but the Lanayru Mining Facility in hopes of reaching the altar where Zelda waits for us. In we go. So mystical sounding, not really what you would expect from a mass production type area, but okay. Here we have a new enemy. I can never get this one's name right. Araka. I always want to say Arachna or Arachno. I guess Xenoblade kind of has that always in there. This larval monster is said to live for 1,000 years, during which time it is continually growing. Though the larva is small in size, it is quite ferocious and is often found in swarms beneath the sand. It tends to leap forward toward moving objects, such as yourself. There is yet another one of those sassy descriptions. Can't you just say that I beat 100% of the 1 guys that I've beaten without taking any damage and say that I'm amazing at fighting them? I could go for that. Contrary to what she might say, they don't exactly hurt. They can leap onto you and limit your movement, similar to the Walchulas that we saw back in the Skyview Temple. But just like the Walchulas, they die in 1 hit to anything, even your slingshot. They are not a threat whatsoever. Just swing your sword low, you should be fine. If you're really that afraid of fighting them when they're climbing on walls or something, just roll into the wall or use your slingshot. Any of those things should definitely do. Speaking of things that will do, that'll do, Spume. That'll do. It's not really a pig-type enemy, unfortunately. It's more of a frog. And look at that! Turbo Beetle away! I didn't really show before just how fast it can move whenever you use the A button to boost, but yeah, it is so dang fast. Let's get interrupted by a blue rupee that I don't care about. How typical of this area. And show that off. Look at that zoom. The high-speed collision of crashing and burning. No, let's grab that bomb. I guess I can drop it on you right over here. I'm so jazzed that we've been having such an easy time getting the tumbleweeds. A lot of you have been saying that tumbleweeds do indeed like spawn in on the same spots. I did know that, that you can get them by just walking through the same areas over and over again. It just can be kind of time consuming. Plus, it always feels like they don't pop in when you want them to. They only pop in when an Ampulus is rushing toward you and is going to slaughter you if you don't get your shield up right this frickin' instant. It's always like that, and it's so annoying. That's why I don't like them, though. And there's also the fact there are times where I swear they should spawn in, but they don't, or they spawn in right next to a wall, and hey! Another enemy that drops jelly blobs that I don't need! It may look like a boring wad of gunk, because it is. You know what's depressing? I am currently holding more jelly blobs than what is required to get 100%. It's kind of funny how much an item description that tells you it's used for all sorts of things can mislead you into thinking that, because yeah, I knew that it wasn't as important as some of the other common materials, but wow, when you guys pointed out to me exactly how much it was, I'm just giving you guys a lot of praise for telling me things this time around. I do appreciate it, and actually on that note, speaking of which, a tip that you guys taught me, do a jump attack into sand. It will save you some stamina and make it easier to get across. You hold Z when you're not locked onto something, or I guess technically when you are locked onto something, it also works. Hold forward, press A, you won't use any stamina to do it. It's really easy. I don't know why I was scared right there. Was no threat to me whatsoever. Besides, I got 11 heart containers, and their attacks don't even directly hurt you right away, so it was fine. And of course, I botched the spin attack that I was oh so recommending right then and there. Barely make it, oh. In fact, no, I didn't press Z in time right there. I got a little bit of work to do, but it's okay because I found myself a chest containing 20 rupees. Much better than how we've been doing on this stuff. gonna break these barrels. Barrels always have good stuff in them. There were some over here that while I was letting you listen to the music, I didn't want to make too much noise and break, so let's do that now. Deku seeds, I'll kindly take those. Do I even need any? Oh yeah, heck yeah I do. Jeez. Yeah, I needed all 2 of those. Nothing over here, nothing. Okay, just wanted to make sure this room was all cleared out because we have had that door open for ages. So how about we, I don't know, actually make a little bit of progress into the temple. These guys drop these things a lot. Wow, already 2 of them. Welcome to the hub. We got 4 different ways that we can go, along with 2 Staldras. Gonna shield bash, swing, take you out quite easily. Get my 20 rupees guaranteed every time I beat one of you guys. Let's go and claim another. Boom, boom. Looks oddly violent for what else you see here. Got a locked door over that way, have a door with some grates in front of it. And I gotta say, the way that the grates look in front of this, how the pattern like over the face of the robot, it's kind of a cool look to it. Just, the whole area has such a mystical aura for what you would expect from, I guess, a factory. You know, actually, something that I've always wanted to see is abandoned power plants or like abandoned mass production plants and stuff like that. They always seem to have like such a creepy air to them whenever you see them in fiction, and it's something that I just, especially ones that have vegetation overgrowing on it and you see nature kind of like taking itself back from the industries, it would just be kind of a cool thing to see. I'm sure it'd be very dangerous, and I'm sure a lot of them are not accessible to the public, but hey, maybe I will find one day. You can use those blocks to get up there, but if you're greedy like me, you can smash them open and wow, 1,000 years ago, they had really insecure safes, I'll just say that much. Gonna push this block over so that I can vault up on top of it. Not terribly interesting block pushing puzzles, I must say, Lanayru Mining Facility. You know, I think the Skyview Temple had you beat, just saying. That was the hub. Now, welcome to the main hub. Yes, this is the main hub of all of the hubs. So we have many different junctions, many different ways that we can go. Or rather, that's just a lie to make the map look cool. We can't go over that way, so we can really only go one of 2 ways. Take those bombs, thank you very much, and yeah, I'll let service dwellers use this 1 bomb for me, because you never know when it might come in handy. Would be nice if I could dash during this though, but just so dang fast. I love just the hummingbird wing effect that it's got over it. It's really cool. Take that, can't go forward. Got a really huge mound of dirt where you gotta wonder how that naturally occurred, but I guess it just sort of did. Another jelly blob. I think that puts me at 7 now or something ridiculous like that. Oh, I don't think we fought you before. You are a Thunder Keese. Found in desert habitats, these winged monsters are attracted to dark places such as caves. So, I guess this place is kind of dark a little bit. Their internal organs generate electricity for attacking prey. They often gather in colonies, are active at night, sleep in the day. Those who come too close awaken them, often fall victim to attack. Those of us who have been with me for a long time know that electric flying types are the most annoying things of all. Kill them before they have any chance to kill you. It's always so comical just how far-flung Keese get from whenever you hit them. It's like smacking them with a baseball bat or something, you'd think. You got a small key! I've been waiting so long to do that. You have no idea. I realized how easy it was to actually match those words to that jingle all the way back in the Skyview Temple. Also, whoever placed this here is a stupid head. We can't go forward from that because somebody left the thing there, though. But yeah, I've been waiting to do that since the Skyview Temple, and nope! Gets me every time. That is like specially designed to kill you right there. Ugh. Fine, I'll drop down like a patient person, which I am not, nor will I ever be. Anyway, I was wanting to sing that song since the Skyview Temple because I realized it in editing, and tons of you realized it in the comments as well. So I wanted to do that all this time, but the Earth Temple didn't have a single small key to be obtained in the entire place, so it wasn't doable until now. So I've been sitting on that for quite a while, and I'm sure more people have pointed it out to me since then. Over this way is where we're gonna be using our small key, and it's kind of nice that they made that door require a key and not like a defeat all enemies to advance, because that is actually the only small key that we're gonna be seeing in this entire place. Over this way, another new enemy! It is Frogadier! What do you expect? It's the older version of Froakie if its name is just Froak. Though this odd creature is cowardly by nature, it will expose an array of densely packed defensive spines when approached or provoked. Haven't defeated any of this enemy, of course. It is kind of what a new enemy is. There are multiple ways you can deal with them. If you swing your sword, they will obey physics and fling off in another direction. Should they collide with anything when their spines are not out, I thought he was going to launch his spines out at me. If their spines are out, they will just simply obey physics and explode if they collide with a wall. Like so. If their spines are not out, then any sort of impact will cause them to just spontaneously combust. It's not a very good existence, I couldn't imagine, so I kind of wonder if pufferfish can actually overinflate themselves and blow up. That's kind of a dark way to go, I have to say. Let's not think about that. Let's kill more bug children instead. Because that's a brighter topic, right? Now, I think... Oh, do I think we actually do want to... Yeah, we do want to launch our beetle over there. There is a box up top. Can be a little bit hard to do your maneuvering when you're boosting, so you can't always go turbo on it. And don't worry about the beetle taking so many explosions and collisions to the face. It's a tough beetle. It'll be fine. It might have actually been a problem for the regular old beetle, but nah. It's gotten tough in its name. We'll step on this switch. If we step off of it, it's not like it's really any inconvenience considering we wouldn't be able to reach that on foot anyway. So what do we do when there's something far away? Other than use our slingshot, we use our beetle. Now we're in the past version of the temple. Quite an interesting gimmick, if I do say so myself. We've seen a lot of it at this point, though, but this is the first time that we're seeing, like, a fully functional factory of some kind. Gotta have that alliteration in there. I want to try something out right off the bat. I want to grab one of these bombs, because I actually don't know what'll happen if I drop it on this. Let's try it. Nothing. I figured as much, just stuns it. Okay. Well, up ahead, we have a new enemy. This is a Beamos. This is an ancient security mechanism. Its weak point is its eye. The eye is also a weapon that fires a focused energy beam. I calculate 100% failure rate at any attempt to strike the eye with your sword while it is still on top of the pedestal. I recommend using a weapon that can strike high targets. Conversely, you should lower its head to a height your sword can reach. She hasn't lied to us yet, and that trend continues right here because we do a horizontal slice to bring it down, then we do a stab right into the eye, and it is down. These enemies do require a bit of precision. Of course, you always remember that you have your sword draw. But let's say that you're taking a little bit of time to get your weapon out, or maybe one just notices you without realizing it. Guess what a beam is weak to? A wooden shield. I don't get it. I don't understand why wood apparently repels a mega laser of death, but it does. And if you do that, it also somehow deflects the beam into its eye and stuns it, allowing you to hit it without any sort of trouble. It is kind of a helpful tip that's not immediately obvious, at least to me it wasn't, because why would wood ever... I don't know. I know wood doesn't conduct electricity, but doesn't wood, like, have water particles in it and, like, sap and that kind of thing? I wouldn't think it would explicitly get rid of it. Plus, there is actually, like... Maybe not metal, though. I guess there is leather on our shields, is what that would be made of if there's no metal on it. I'm thinking way too deep into this. Let's just say Nintendo logic and call it a day, because that's all it is. It's Nintendo logic, brought to you by Nintendo. Not really, well, actually, if it is, never mind. Again, I'm putting way too much thought into things. Have conveyor belts that we can run along. I'm gonna roll right into that stamina fruit to be daring. And I like how this factory apparently produced spiky, it produced super sea snails from Splatoon and stamina fruit. It's kind of an odd combination. I don't really know if the two would really have much market synergy with each other, but I suppose maybe it was lucrative 1,000 years ago. Up this way, got another treasure chest. I'm willing to bet 20 rupees. Yes, indeed. It's almost like I know how this game works, and almost like I've played it many times before. Slash you, stab you in the eye. And okay, there is one more you up ahead. There was another way of dealing with them that I wanted to show off, and I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to get my chance. But nah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Gotta relax a little bit. We have an entrance to a hotel/casino right over here. Not really what you'd expect, though, but I guess they treated their employees really well and had great services on site for them to use. No, 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 no. Go. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Okay, got my stamina fruit. I guess you could say we're back on track. And now, please do not let a super sea snail hit me in the face right after that, because that would be getting my just desserts. Now, over this way. You. If you shoot their heads... Okay, it gets their attention, though, but it does actually stop their attack if they're in the middle of attacking you. So it is yet another way that you can deal with them at range. I personally would recommend just going straight for the throat, or Well, no, actually, you do chop off their throat and then stab them in the eye. Kind of gruesome when you think about it from their perspective, but they're robots. They don't feel anything. They're not the cutesy robots that we're supposed to sympathize with, which I never realized that's an effigy to one of their heads. That's really adorable. There's a lot of little, like, heads there. I thought that was a I actually thought there was a digging spot in the wall there for a second and was going over there to go get it. This is the only way that we can leave this room, yes? Yeah, it is. Just trying to make absolutely sure that I was on the right track and I wasn't missing anything. But nah, I'm good. I'm good. Next up, we got tons and tons of Frokes in here, lots of areas that we can blow up, and a pit of despair down here that'll hurt us if we get too close to it while it's popping up. So I'd highly recommend taking the high road. Just a little hunch. I think right now, if we go over this way, we got more of these non-threatening enemies that we can deal with. There's a chest right there. Maybe this way? No? I swore it looped around. I swore there was a way you could get it right now. Grab my useless jelly blob of gunk. Nothing? Okay, I guess not. Getting a little bit too ahead of myself right there. I see shiny and I must have shiny. It's just the way that things have always been. It's the natural order. In fact, it actually is. I've heard that you thinking that shiny things are good is part of your natural instinct when dealing with water. We can shoot them with our slingshot when they are not puffed up and they will just instantly explode a great distance away from you. They can be a little bit frustrating if you're using your sword on them, so like I suggest for many other things, don't use your sword on them. Just simply shoot them with your slingshot from a distance, and you should be pretty darn great. That, however, was not pretty darn great. It's okay, they respawn if you need another chance. Pop you. Break that. And now, we should have a pretty clear route to get to the center of this room. Now that we've done that, it's actually pretty simple when you get right down to it. That is pretty simple once you kill these things in an overly violent way. Seriously, like, I'm admittedly kind of glad these guys don't drop jelly blobs when defeated because that would be kind of disgusting with how they die. I'm not complaining, both on a how gross that would be level and on a we don't need yet another enemy to drop useless jelly blobs level. And we did all that for some bugs to fall from the ceiling and get the gust bellows. It's an ancient and mystical device capable of blowing endless gusts of wind. It's a bit of a reimagining of the gust jar from Minish Cap. It's certainly more musical looking than that one. True to its name, you can blow gusts of wind, and that portal right in the back there looks so cool. Any sort of smaller enemy will get blown away. I'm trying to get behind it to show what I'm talking about. Yeah, like the area where it's sucking in the air, I could just stare at it all night and take damage from enemies that I really shouldn't be taking damage from. It doesn't directly hurt any enemies. You can use it on Frokes in order to influence which way they're moving and potentially like knock them into a wall or something like that, but it's really not an item that you're going to be using for fighting much. You can just use it to clear off areas of enemies before you move forward. It's kind of nice for that. Any sort of mound of dirt on the ground can potentially have some items in them. You can get rupees. I think you can get hearts. I know for a fact you can get collectibles, and that also answers my question about the hearts. So you can indeed get all three normal types of it. It really is just a reskin piece of grass. Here to you. And you're really not a threat whatsoever. You're not even worth the trouble of clearing off before I move across. There are a lot of spots where you can get items from this thing, so I might actually be here for a little bit just getting everything I can out of wanting to rebuild my rupee counter. But before we do that, I want to go over this way because we can push this block down and have an easy shortcut to get through here again should we need to. And what a coincidence it happens to be that should we go down, we can get what else but a goddess plume, yet another rare material chest. It's a legendary treasure few will ever behold. That's what you said last time and the time before that. Actually used one to power up something as inconsequential as a bomb bag or something of that nature. Or, no, actually, that was my beetle that I upgraded with it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, beetle. I didn't mean to besmirch you like some lowly bomb bag. So for right now, I'm just gonna clear out the room, get every one of these hunks of dirt taken out, because I highly doubt you want to see me get a part-time job as this place's janitor. Oh my god! It actually kills them! That's amazing! Also, we could have gotten up over this way. That's what I was thinking of when I was saying that I thought we could get it earlier than when we pushed that block down. So that explains everything. We are 223 rupees richer. Not really, because we had almost that many going into this, but we're richer at least. Want to clear out these pieces of dirt once again. I guess not really pieces of dirt so much as mounds of dirt. If it was a piece of dirt, it wouldn't exactly be threatening, and if it was and we required a new item for that, well, that would somehow be even more lame by a big margin than an item that's just used for getting rid of mounds of dirt on the ground. I'm not a big fan of this item. It's not my favorite, but it's also not my least favorite. We'll get to that very soon, but I'm not gonna lie in saying that it's kind of not terribly exciting, especially compared to the gust jar that was its predecessor, but that is for another game and potentially another day. We did all that work, if I can ever lock onto it, to push this metal box aside, allowing us to return to the main hub anytime that we wish. With a new item in our arsenal, and quite a bit of progress made, I think we're gonna end things off here! Gets me every time. Gets me every time. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we are taking our new shiny gust bellows and seeing what it is we can find in the Lanayru Mining Facility with this able to move the way forward. See you guys then.